Awesome. So let's get this thing started. We'll do some quick introductions. Most of you guys already know us, but for any newcomers, I'm Vu. I'm one of the founders of GoldMint. My co-founder Doc's up here, and then we got two of our guys from operations, Monkey and Cripsom, up here too. They'll introduce themselves, but we've been having a lot of fun over here for something about 2.5 months now. This is Doc and I's first protocol, but both of us have been in DeFi and involved in blockchain and doing different things in the space, not necessarily running a protocol, but been involved in a few different ways over the last few years. And together we kind of came up with this idea for GoldMint Finance. So we are an algorithmic stablecoin on the Ethereum network. We are pegged to the token PAXG. PAXG was excellent inspiration via Doc to choose that peg for a certain reason. PAXG is a special token. It is backed 1-to-1 by an ounce of gold. Every PAXG token is backed by an ounce of gold. They have it in a vault in London, serial number catalog associated with each token. It's actually redeemable for an ounce of gold. There's no risk with that. It is a stable token, you know, in regards to each one being backed by an ounce of gold. So we thought that was really cool, and decided to release a seigniorage style protocol, meaning we use elastic supply to balance our supply and demand curve to try to achieve that price, to try to achieve the price of PAXG. So our token's called GoldMint, and it will release more GoldMint tokens whenever we are below the price of, or above the price of PAXG, and it will incentivize the burning and bonding of GoldMint when we're below the price of PAXG to help kind of balance that curve. So we seek that price, and we have a robust ecosystem that does that. There's for anyone who has participated in other similar protocols that might be back to a layer 2 or something like that. We have, you know, a boardroom. Ours is called the Mint, and it's where you can stake your share reward tokens. You earn those by participating in the farms, which we call the vault. You can make LP tokens or single stake in there and start to earn those rewards. But for a lot more than that, some of you guys know we have a couple features added to our ecosystem, and we're going to talk mostly about the ones that are upcoming tonight. But we also have a partnership with Olympus. We use their Olympus Pro program to make bond tokens available at a discount via our website. So we really support the bonds in this protocol. We have single staking bonds, we have bond nodes, and we make discounted bonds available to our community, even when they're not available in what we call the foundry, the traditional means that they're put out there. And speaking of those nodes, that's one of the really cool things that we just recently released. The nice sustainable APR. It's a 90-day commitment to the GoldMint ecosystem. In exchange for that, I think we offer around 144, 150%, something like that, ROI in just those 90 days. And you can participate with GoldMint or bond GoldMint tokens, and that gets you yield in GoldMint. So it's actually a way to redeem your bond tokens early, even when we're below peg, by participating in the nodes. But if I can kind of just jump right into alpha, this is we did a Twitter Spaces last night, and it was really popular. We discussed a little bit about what we've done with nodes so far. We have the bond GoldMint nodes out, and we have the GoldMint nodes out, but we don't have shared GoldMint nodes out. And some people thought that might have been a mistake or an oversight. It definitely wasn't. So we've been working on doing something different. Instead of just copying that exact same system, we wanted to do something fun. So our share nodes are also going to be completely gamified. They're going to tie into our NFTs, which Monkey will tell you a little bit more about later in this chat, and do a lot of other cool things too. So our share nodes are actually going to purchase it. You could call it a node, but we've been calling it a gold mine. So you have the ability to acquire a gold mine with your shared GoldMint tokens. And the way these nodes work is once you acquire a gold mine, you're going to get sustainable APR, just like with our other nodes. That's, you know, that's off the top guaranteed. We're going to go that route, but we're going to do more with it. So there's going to be some ways to play and have some fun and take some chances and stuff like that. I know one of the things that we're looking at doing is for like a fraction of the cost of a gold mine, releasing land that you can buy, just for a fraction of the cost, and seeing you take a chance to see if there's a gold mine there. So maybe you survey your land and there's no gold mine, and then that land didn't turn into a successful node, but maybe you survey that cheap land that you purchased and it did have gold, it did turn into a gold mine, and yielded you a node. So we're looking at doing some fun stuff with different ways to get a mine other than just the standard way, jumping in and participating with the standard number of share tokens. We're going to work with the GoldMint NFTs. I feel like I have to jump ahead to talk about the share nodes. I have to talk about the NFTs a little bit. I'll try not to go too far. But you guys all probably know that we have some cool NFTs of our own coming out on Ethereum. Cryptsom will let you know a little bit about some of our NFT partnerships, some things we're doing with some other folks. But we have our own coming out, and they're coming out soon. I've been working with the devs, most all of the artwork now ready to go, but they're going to be really cool. They're going to tie into this share system. There was no way I was going to release NFTs that were just GIFs or images, that had no value. So we're doing some cool stuff with our NFTs, and in that share node program, you're going to be able to increase your rewards by holding a GoldMint NFT. So maybe you have the GoldMint coins NFT that's going to come out. So by associating that or staking it, with your NFT, you can now increase the yield. You can increase the yield on that gold mine by associating that NFT with it. So they're going to have a value in changing the percentage. Instead of just having good APR, you're going to have great APR by having a node, a share node, gold mine, and an NFT. So we're definitely going to tie that into it. And the NFTs have different rarity levels. So you don't know what you're going to get. They're sealed or wrapped, whatever you want to call it, when you get them. So it'll be really cool to see the different ones are going to have different impacts on your shares. So even if you don't have a share node at the time the NFTs come out, definitely keep that in mind because they're going to have a strong use case in the share nodes and increasing the reward. That is a cool idea, but to me, that's not a fully rounded out. Have about some other cool stuff we can do, and I think we might have some add-ons and some other ways to increase the yield of your gold mine. So there might be like tools like shovels or pickaxes or mine carts and stuff like that that you can add on to your share node gold mine. They'll all be purchased in shares. That'll increase the yield of that node over time. But kind of similar to the land and taking the chance of having a gold mine, we might incorporate something where you can try to steal tools. So you're going to be able to add quite a few tools to your mine and really increase the yield by having those tools. So we might make something where there's a really high chance of success of stealing a tool and not having to pay the cost, but there is a risk of losing your gold mine if you get busted by the sheriff. It's never going to be set up in a mean way for the participants where it takes like your NFT or your rewards or anything like that. But you can take a chance maybe of increasing your yield to a real fat number without making a commitment. But there's also a chance that if you get busted or whatever, it won't give you any more yield past that point. So we'll see how that works in, but I have a good feeling there's going to be a chance to like take some chances, and you're definitely not going to want to get busted. I can tell you that. But it'll be a lot of fun. Other alpha on the scene, we are also looking at patch G single staking. So one of the things we did right away in our system with our farms was worked in the GoldMint and the bond GoldMint single staking pools. There's a couple reasons for that. There's a lot of value in providing the LP, but there are some people who aren't experienced. It's a really simple way to participate. But not only do we have folks who love GoldMint and have GoldMint or GoldMint bond tokens that want to take advantage of those pools. But there's a lot of folks in our ecosystem that are here because they love PaxG. They love the token we're paid to too. So we're looking at finding ways to bring that in. It's going to have a little bit lower APR than like kind of participating in our full ecosystem. But I think there's room for us to do something there to encourage people to bring their patch fee into the ecosystem for some sort of return. It's just like having gold in a safe. It's never going to grow into any more. Maybe there's a way we can kind of solve that dilemma and kind of make it more like a savings account or to keep that fee and get a little bit of yield. So we're working on some stuff like that. We have some cool stuff coming out with the share nodes. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then the NFTs. Monkey, do you want to jump in, kind of on some aspects of the NFTs?
Yeah, 100%. So, what's up, guys? Monkey here. Um, you know, doing stuff. Guess we'll go over some of the core things I kind of dropped in the post there, but there'll be a limited amount of NFTs, so not like a lot of these other drops that have thousands and thousands or 900 or 9,999, nothing like that. We're gonna try and do like essentially like a bunch of different types of NFTs and with the partners and everything, but we want to keep it limited to increase their value and make sure that they're worthwhile. So yeah, we're looking at this first round for these guys to be close to probably 75 or 100. And then as well, Vu said they're going to have the different rarity levels, which they will also contain GoldMint tokens within the NFTs themselves. So the higher the rarity, the more GoldMint you'll find in that NFT. There'll be different mechanisms down the line for whether or not you actually claim that GoldMint out of the NFT. If you're a true hodler and you want to just hold that GoldMint in the NFT, then you'll probably see some future utility and bonuses down the line for partaking in doing so. So that's something to keep in mind. Even though it does look like real juicy, if you get a top rarity, which might have 2.5 GoldMint in it at peg, will be looking pretty good, but it also might be worthwhile for you to just keep it in there and let it go and use it within the ecosystem to participate in these share nodes there. And yeah, that's pretty much the most of it. We're going to have the reveal pick and then 4 different rarities. Again, we have to figure out the exact math statistics on how they're going to incorporate within the share nodes and the gamification. But yeah, it'll definitely be really cool, really fun. You can see, I guess I'll just quickly grab this pic and drop it down in the AMA discussion. We did a little blurred picture of just one of them.
Pixelated one. Don't give it
Yeah.
all away. But yeah, fun stuff coming.
So yeah, we'll probably release a couple little more sneak peeks.
Yeah, they're not going to be pixelated. They're
yeah,
ones, but that's yeah, a little sneak peek of one of them. I think that's like not the common. It might be like the uncommon one. I don't know. I have to think off the top of my head. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's a little different that it's going to be, but that's an idea. So there's going to be, everything we do. Like I said, I like things that are shiny. So there's going to be a lot of shiny things with our NFTs, but it's a lot more than a shiny picture. We're going to have, like Monkey said, really cool bonus GoldMint inside them. But on top of that, the core use case is going to be able to, possibly take advantage of that and that inherent value in the future in some sort of yield, and then take the increased yield based on the rarity level in the share token. So, I mean, really, the GoldMint that's tucked in there is just a third added bonus idea that we fun one. High rarity, half GoldMint, I think, in the I almost said what they were called in the highest rarity level. So there's going to be a chance, especially as I look at the timing where these are coming out, and I think we're having some pretty bullish momentum here. I wouldn't be surprised if it was worth a little bit more. So
you're cutting out a little bit there.
Just saying, we'll see some valuable NFTs hitting the market soon. Gonna
Yeah,
be great. Tom, do you want to jump in on some of the NFT partnerships and what we're doing on that front?
Real quick, I just want to top it up and say, just because Buddy had a question in the chat, which is related to the NFTs and stuff. The ETA on the gold mines and the share nodes is probably within the next month or so. We do have lots of plans for different things we want to put out and implement. And then how can we buy the NFTs with ETH or GoldMint token. We're still finalizing that. At first we're thinking about dropping on OpenSea. We're also kind of considering dropping it just on our website and do like a PAX G deposit or something that'll go directly to the DAO, because we love PAX G and we want to build up that DAO. So that information will definitely be coming out very soon. But I'll let Cripsom go on about the other cool NFTs we got.
Yeah, for sure. Hey guys, I am Cripsom and working in operations GoldMint and helping bring some cool stuff to protocol. I guess I got two of them. First, I'll talk about El Taco Finance. In case anybody doesn't know, we did a partnership with them on very few amount of NFTs. It was like 5 total, and I think there's 4 available right now, but they're not going to be where you can just go purchase them. We're going to be doing an auction for them in the near future, and yeah, so we're going to be soon they'll be going to a choice few people, and those NFTs are pretty unique. They have obviously the taco and the GoldMint logos on the NFTs. I'll drop mine in the discussion here. I get a second. I can find it here. But yeah, that's a cool NFT because it's going to have utility in both protocols as far as getting airdrops and whatnot. So, and there's plans for future utility within these very few NFTs. Once we kind of get all the rest of this stuff rolled out and have a minute to think about the future utility for these, but for now they will get airdrops from El Taco and from our protocol here at GoldMint. So I'm gonna try to find mine here. There it is. And now I bought this off of LHB, and I set the floor price at it was basically worth 1,000 USDC. So that's what, and they're worth a lot, in my opinion. They're going to be worth a lot more than that. But I kind of capitalized on getting the first one. Can you guys still hear me? Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to drop this in here real quick so everybody can see it, and then I'll go on to the other one.
Yeah, I'm really excited for these ones. I think what the guys at ETF are doing is really cool, and it's super awesome. We're super excited to be working with them and actually partners with them and have them investing using their treasury to participate with GoldMint. I think it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So there we go. I dropped it in the AMA discussions so anybody can take a peek and gawk at my golden taco.
Yeah, there it is.
That I paid $1,000 for. Pretty
Super
stoked
cool.
about it though. I love these guys over El Taco Finance.
And the El Taco AMA went for $2,000 or something.
What's that?
I said the solid gold taco and the El Taco AMA, $2,000.
You're cutting out super hard. Yeah,
Anyway,
we're technical difficulties.
it's all good. So yeah, so that's for El Taco Finance. Cool stuff. Go give those guys some love. They are working really hard over there. All they care about is their community, 100%. And they're a solid partner. They're partnered up with a lot of people that have partner, I guess you could say, relations within each protocol, partnership relations, because they're partnered up with Grape. We're partnered up with Grape. They're partnered up with Liquid Capital, I believe, as well, right?
I'm not 100% sure. I can't fact check that right now.
Anyways, okay. Well, I know for sure they're partners with Grape, and that's going to lead into my next collaboration that I'm going to talk about. Right now,
Verified El Taco is the liquid capital.
what's that?
El Taco is the liquid capital.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So pretty cool. They're partners with a lot of the guys that we're partners with, and they have great participants within their protocol. And yeah, super excited to be a partner with them now. Great. I'll move into that, and I'm not gonna. I can touch a decent amount on this, but I will say that the graphics for the Grape and GoldMint NFT are done. LB will have those very soon, within probably when this AMA is over, because I just got the finalized graphics back. So that is done, and these NFTs are probably going to be rolling out here pretty soon. They're gonna, I can't share what they're going to look like, but it's pretty cool, and they're going to have a lot of utility. We're going to set up what basically they'll have rewards pools within each protocol. There's going to be roughly, well, not roughly, there's going to be 100 NFTs available to mint, and they're going to be minted on AVAX. And we are going to provide one. Well, how about I'll just say we're going to be providing some cool things within this NFT, but it's going to be very beneficial. And then the rewards pool, it will have a rewards pool within our protocol as well, that we're deciding on what we're going to do there, but we will be doing things with the rewards pool as far as giving away. We believe it'll be at least roughly a gold mint every week or so, depending on kind of what we agree on as a team. So we're working on that, but definitely going to have a package together. When you get the NFT, it will come with a protocol token. And I'm not going to tell you which one, but it'll be cool. And it's going to be only 100 of these things, and they're going to be really hot. If you can imagine, like Grapes, one of Grapes' biggest NFT is the goblet. I mean, it's basically in comparison to that NFT for the rarity factor. But it's pretty cool because of the utility within both protocols. So be watching out for those. Those are going to be pretty hot.
Yep. Yeah,
And
I've seen it. So like I
yeah,
almost wanted to like drop something today. I'm like, no, I can't because it's their NFT, but we could leak one of ours. But yeah, hey, you guys are starting to get the picture. We have some cool stuff going on with the NFTs. And every one of them, including the collabs, we are going to find a way to make sure that there's some rewards incorporated. There is never going to be anyone that we partner with it's just a shining picture. We're always going to make sure that it comes with something cool for the people who choose to participate, and have those NFTs. But I wanted to get on that, but I feel like I did kind of miss an opportunity there to cover just one of the basic things, and that's like going back to the DAO. So we talked about the bond GoldMint being available discounted through the Olympus Pro on the website. And that's XG. And that has allowed our DAO to start to acquire just the smallest, start to its goals of having tax G. So I want to let kind of Doc step in here and remind you guys what we're doing with this DAO, what we seek. It's not just the ecosystem, but it's also the way the DAO supports us and what the DAO is acquiring for us that gives us strength.
Get myself off mute here. Thanks, Vu. I appreciate it. So I'll just expand on exactly what Vu said. So the goals of the DAO is I've really gone back since the beginning have been twofold. Number one, to support the protocol, and then number two, to be able to ultimately provide a source of yield to our community members. Right now, obviously, the focus is more on the former. And really, what the DAO has been trying to do and is going to do throughout the future, and more aggressively, I think you guys will see, is be able to support the protocol in different type of ways. And whether this is going to be buys, whether this is going to be protocol and liquidity, whether this is going to be donations to support marketing, PR, advertising. Maybe it's in the form of burns. There's a lot of different ways that we have been building up the DAO's war chest to be able to do this. I think the first example of this was what we were able to do with the Olympus Pro program and having those 200 bonds to be able to provide a source of revenue. We have some very definitive things planned in the future that probably can't share directly now, but where the DAO will be mobilized aggressively for the benefit of the protocol and the community. So I can tell you all that the DAO has already taken some intermittent steps at times when we needed to try to help out. At the same time, really trying to build up the reserves. And we're taking a deep look, and Vu and I and Kripsam and the rest of the team have spoken about a definitive way and push that we get back to PEG, and the DAO is going to be intimately involved with that, as well as helping keeping us there when that time comes. So just everybody know that, for lack of a better term, we've been building up the firewood so that the DAO can do what it needs to. And I think so far we're in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, that hits a nail on the head. You actually, I don't know if you know this, but I think you just answered a question too. Sigil had asked in the AMA discussion on the PEG strategy. So obviously, it can be deceptive over here at GoldMint because we don't know when the price goes up or down. Like, so, the price will dip, no one freaks out. Someone just posted today, like, oh, I realized over the last 3 days, like, share tokens have 2x or whatever. It's like, oh wow, I didn't even notice that. So we maybe don't get as obsessed with price over here as some people, but that doesn't mean we aren't concerned with it. So we always look at ways to support the peg. So the system is not complicated. This is an elastic supply ecosystem that works on supply and demand. So we can use those strengths that the DAO just that Doc just talked about. We can use the strength of the DAO to support the pay through buyback, burns. But also he touched on this a little bit too, like on marketing, advertising, outreach, getting our name out to new people by being active. Supply and demand doesn't just mean finding a way to attack the supply all the time. It can also mean increasing the demand, getting our name out there more, and doing things like that. So it can be a mix of working on the back end to make sure there's funding and support in the terms of buys for the token. But it can also be, in the fashion of increasing the natural demand and the number of people that just want to hold GoldMint for the advantages of the ecosystem. We're trying to focus on both because that's how we believe is the best way to do it.
Yeah, that's well said. And that really answers one of the other questions in the discussion too about buyback pressure. How do you create that? And the answer is there's a lot of ways, right? And Vu just pointed out really a lot of what we're going to be doing. And we're not just going to be focusing on one versus the other. I think there's going to be a concerted effort and dedication towards marketing, PR, as Vu said, really getting the word out to the outside community about what GoldMint is and where we can go. I think we saw some results of that based off of even the Twitter spaces last night, and then a little bit of some price action there too. So, and when you put these factors in conjunction with mobilizing the DAO and having that on our side, it really paints a pretty good picture. And as Vu said, I hope everybody knows that there is a definitive and concerted effort and understanding about getting back to PEG. There is for lack of a better term, there's a plan in motion. So I hope nobody thinks that we're taking that for granted because we're surely not. Bill will tell you, so everybody else here, it's constantly on our mind. And we have some things in motion that I think everybody will be very pleased with.
Yeah, it was very well said. I also want to touch up and say I don't know, a lot of people, or I guess a lot of speculation, and it goes around that Norge protocol, Tomb Fork, whatever, needs to be at PEG to be successful, and you have to be close to PEG all the time. But it's really not true. It's not the case. We've kind of proven that here a lot of the time, and you got to build up that support, and like Doc said, start stacking the firewood and everything. And yeah, it's just a slow grind. Especially, it's so much different being on Ethereum. There's nowhere near as much, I guess, action and manipulation and people swing trading, and trying all this and that because it's just nowhere near as accessible, I guess, as the L2s. But that's what we wanted. It's exactly what we wanted. We didn't want to run like all these other protocols. We wanted to be something different, something unique and our own, and try and prove that yeah, you can be great just by working hard.
Well, well said, Monkey.
You're a little bit quiet there, Vu.
Yeah, I can't win. I know I'm struggling with the connection. I can back off a little bit if you want to do some of the closing it out. Take some questions from some other people. I see some hands up. I'll back off.
Yeah, it's all good. I do see JDC has had their hand up for a little bit here, so JDC, we will accept you, invite you up here, and yeah, let us know if you got any questions or anything like that. And yeah, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good, good. How are you?
I
Great.
want to I want to put my hands together for Monkey. He got me here on time.
We did it. We did it this time.
We did it. I have a couple of questions for you. Do I have to become a collab hunter to get you guys together with Living Lens NFT?
No, definitely not. Well, actually, I think I remember you posting about that. We've just been extremely busy, but we can definitely look into that. Kind of
Yeah,
push us. Keep on. Just, hey, have you done this? Hey, have you done this? Well, it'll definitely
yeah.
put us in our mind.
I'm just saying. I think the two of you would be a perfect fit. They care
Yeah,
about their community as much as you guys do.
cool. Yeah, no, I think that's awesome. We're always down for people that are all about the community, just like Taco and Grape and everybody. It's all about
Right.
building community and support. So definitely.
And also, I wanted to talk about the NFTs. You mentioned the rarity of the NFT. Is that something we're gonna know we're buying? Is the rarity, or is it a surprise? We're just gonna close our eyes and cross our fingers and hope we get one.
That's yeah. It's gonna be like a reveal. So you're gonna get like a
Okay.
basic looking image, but that's not what you're actually getting. You're gonna wait till we do the reveal, and then you'll see what rarity you got. So you can purchase
Okay.
multiple, you can purchase one, whichever. But yeah, they'll all be different, but there'll be the 4 different rarities.
Okay. Great. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Thanks, JCC.
Awesome. So perfect. I see. What's up, Steve?
Hey guys, what's up? How we doing?
Brother.
Eagerly questions, but I just wanted to, well, one, I wanted to say that gold grape NFT is badass, and I'm going to buy 2. And if I can't buy 2 and I can't buy 1, then it's rigged, and I blame Microsoft.
Yeah, and
But
that's just such a small piece of it. They're so sick. I saw that in the discussion text. They're so sick.
I
Yeah, I
just
dropped.
I'm grape core team, and I still gotta fight for one. So I can't wait. But super excited for that. Super stoked, and I just wanted to touch on something that Monkey said. Being a person that's been around in a lot of tomb forks, I'm sure is like or sirenage protocols. As they're called. There is a lot of speculation based off of if a project is supposed to always be a peg or not or whatever. But what a lot of people don't realize is that it's actually healthy to not be a peg because you can't just constantly keep printing money all the time. You can't keep expanding. So it relies heavily, and it is an algorithm based stable, relies heavily on the expansion and contraction phases that it goes through being above and below peg because I mean like look at the US dollar, they're literally just printing money all the time, and they're having a hard time fighting inflation, so you can't just keep printing money all the time. So it's healthy every now and again to go below peg. Even a debt phase is healthy every now and again too, so I just wanted to kind of say that to everyone and just give my piece. But yeah, you guys are doing an amazing job, and thank you for having me up. And Cripsom, if I don't get one of those NFTs, bro, I'm blaming you. That's it.
Shoot. All right. I got to get one first.
Dude, I think
So
we're all gonna be fighting. Like, even I want one. I think every team member is gonna want one of those. So don't
I
worry,
know
it's gonna be a big
they're gonna
brawl there.
be very hot. I'm
Yeah,
excited, man. I just showed you guys in the discussion chat a tiny, tiny little piece of it. So
Well, I have my MetaMask on my phone. You can't make them too hot because then that shit's gonna overheat my phone. So you gotta chill.
That's
Thanks for
thank you
coming
so.
up, man.
Yeah, thank you so much, Steve. That's awesome. And I'm super happy to hear that from you too. Like, definitely, like, even for grape specifically, like, I would hate to see it and like just have the community effect go like go below peg, and then everybody just gets so much fear and worry. But it's like, see, like that's how the protocol works. It's how the system works. That there's
Well, see,
incentives and
the
mechanisms for that. But yeah.
the thing is that like what a lot of people don't understand about sirenage projects like this is that it's all very community driven. So if the community doesn't necessarily like when you guys are going below peg, if people don't sit there and panic sell and whatever, and you're still earning a share token with the LPs too, so it's not like you're earning ATR, but it's very community driven. So the project in the team can be as good as it wants to be, but if the community isn't all on the same page kind of and all working towards like a kind of like a similar goal, then it's really not going to work. It needs to have the community in there too to kind of keep everything turning, which I think you guys are doing a great job at. So hats off to you guys. But it is super community driven, so at the end of the day the community dictates how the protocol is really going to end up.
100%.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well
That's
said,
Yeah,
awesome.
Steve. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely.
my pleasure, guys, and thanks for having me up.
Yeah, no problem. Well, cool. If anybody else has some questions or anything, feel free to pop up and ask. Other than that, I think for that, somebody deserves a little gift here. Steve, for that awesome support. What do you think, Vu? What should we do?
We're still going to do more questions if we want to, but it's not going to be free all night. But yeah, we're going to give both the guys who hopped up a share GoldMint. And then we got 2 good questions in the AMA chat. And we get one from Sigil and one from Zen. Am I missing anybody? Yeah, let's
Uh,
give JDC, Zen, Sigil, and Steve a share GoldMint.
as well as I want to give away a whitelist spot to Zen. He's been here for a long time, and he's been a true supporter. So, a little bonus on top of that.
Awesome. Done.
Cool. So yeah, all 4 of you guys send us guys and girls, send us your Ethereum address. Open a ticket in the support tickets channel. Send us your Ethereum address, and yeah, we'll hook you guys up. Thanks everybody so much, and thanks everybody for coming up on stage. I think that was pretty awesome. I see Cripsom got lost there, but that's all right. Yeah, if anybody else has any further questions, go ahead and ask. Hop up on stage. If you just got anything in general to say, feel free. Other than that, we'll probably get closing it up pretty quick. So yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, guys. Thanks,
Yeah.
new fam. I see some of the new fam down here. CD and Defiant, just met recently. A couple new friends here too. So that's awesome. Let's wrap it up, and we'll be in the server if anyone wants to chat or hang out.
Yeah. As always, you can always hop in the VC, hang out in the general, ask questions and stuff. And yeah, as always, take it easy, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Thanks,
Thanks.
everybody.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.